Hello, good afternoon. We are past hump day, we're into Thursday, and today we're here with the gorgeous Victoria Lofthouse. Victoria,
Hello.
now it might say Sarah Pike on the thing that we've sent you in the schedule, but don't worry. We've had to move things around behind the scenes. Real life happens, and we've had to change the scheduled transmission. But Victoria, is your hair got pink on it again?
Yeah.
Yes, I love
Yeah.
it. It looks very
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Right, for those of you who don't know, Victoria and me and Cheryl, God, we met how many years ago now?
Oh, a long time ago. 4 years?
I
I
feel like it's
think when
at least 4.
no, actually,
It might be
might
5.
be 5.
It
Yeah.
might have been because I'm sure it was in COVID year, in lockdown
COVID.
year, wasn't it? When
Yes,
we were doing
it
our
was.
podcast initially, that was how we kind of
Mm.
met talking about that. And when you just meet people and you just know what they're going to be in your life. That's how we felt about you, like from the get-go. And we kept in touch, didn't we? We were chatting DMs, you take part in some of our challenges and things. And
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, and it is a couple of years ago now, was it Wealth Without the Hustle or something you did, like one of our 3-day events, wasn't it? It was one of them.
Selling with certainty and soul.
Selling with certainty.
Maybe.
It was one of them. It was one of them.
So many. Because they're all just so brilliant. I've done so many of them. It's like we've met and now I just do everything.
It's
like I'm
glued.
stalking you. Yeah. Like you're not getting rid of me.
And don't want to. And Victoria, just tell everyone though, if they're new to you and they've not met you before, just tell the guys what you do.
Yeah, sure. So I am an online business operations and outsourcing expert. I help and support coaches, consultants, service-based businesses to really spend as much time as possible in their zone of genius and streamline those business operations so they can really focus on getting back to doing the stuff that brings them joy, and also helping and supporting them to outsource effectively, build a team of outsourced support, and really drive their business forwards.
I love that. I mean, nailed it. Elevator pitch smashed.
I always get so like what do I do?
Well, you didn't there, flows off
the
practicing.
tongue.
But it didn't, did it? At one point it didn't. At one point it didn't flow that easily, and you weren't able to sit and say I'm the expert at, and this is my zone of genius, and really claim that space. That has been a journey, and one of the reasons I want to talk, I mean, we've done lives before and we've talked about different things, but Victoria is in our world and we're in hers, to the extent that Victoria is our OBM for Now Is Your Time. And Cheryl and I, to the point where when she said she's having a day off, you you know that scene with the nanny in Sex and the City where Charlotte's doesn't want Harry to have an affair with the nanny, and she's worried that if he does, it's well, I can't lose the nanny. That's what you're like for us. It's well, we can't. What you're doing, you're having a day off. Neil can go for a week, but where are you going? For a day. What time will you be back, please? So you so integrated, haven't you? In our team, and you are literally the spine that keeps us all moving and keeps us all together.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, you really are stuck with me now.
And I want to be. It's out of choice. And Victoria's in our world in that she's in our in Limitless, in our coaching space where we're coaching entrepreneurs to scale to 5-6 figures and beyond, to do whatever they want and stand in their power, their purpose, their prosperity. And she's also a certified mind coding practitioner, which is immense. One of our first cohort ever last year to be to be an accredited practitioner of our work. But what I wanted to speak to you about today was because Victoria is one of those people, when you meet her, she's show me the spreadsheet for it, or show me the formula, or show me the process, or has it got a backup document? Has it got a SOP? And I think a lot of people think looking into our world that what we do is a bit woo, it's a bit mindset, how does that really help? And one of my biggest bugbears, as you know, I rant about it often, where it's safe to say that I see people working so hard to get somewhere, to try something, to break the 5K month and the 10K month, to get through the 100K barrier, to find their ideal clients, and hustling to find the clients and find the job. And you had that tendency, didn't you? Because you've got the hard work, and like our background is the same as it. We're very like working class, like hard work pays off, and if it's not hard work, it's not worth having. And you love a spreadsheet, and you're not exactly you weren't a crystal girl, but you have learned that actually the inner world and the mental preparation and getting clear on what you want, and all of that has become as important to you, hasn't it, in what you class as work, as what the result is when you actually get those clients and turn over that kind of level of business. So would you just talk to us a little bit about that? Because I know for a lot of people where they might be now, it's like, just show me how to launch, just show me how to do the thing.
Yeah, for sure. So for me, it was very much like, as you've already said, I love a spreadsheet, I love data, and if I couldn't quantify it, it was almost like it wasn't real. But then that was kind of butting up against, well, I've got all the data, I've got all the spreadsheets, I've nailed all the things we're told we need to do. Why is it not happening? Why am I not showing up? Why am I not bringing my energy? Why am I not showing my personality? Why am I hiding behind this person I think I have to be to have a successful business? And it wasn't until I really started to embrace that whole energetics, mindset, understanding that actually you can have all the stuff, but if you're still in that hustle mode, or you're still actually repelling that because you've got all the stuff that you're told you need to have, but you don't believe you're worthy of it, you don't believe you can have that, you believe you have to show up as a completely different person in order to have this level of success that people tell you is achievable, that you see as achievable online. So it wasn't until I started doing all that, and I know I've mentioned it before on other lives, like just giving myself permission to be myself and to let go of that hustle and just say, universe, show me how good it can get. And just embrace that whole side of me that actually, once I really truly embraced, that's when the magic started to happen. And the Limitless, being in Limitless, and I knew I wanted to be in a mastermind group. I knew I wanted a 12-month container or a program that would service all of my needs, if you like, spiritually, communicatively, if that's the word, like collaboratively, having having that community around me and that safe space for not just the business questions, for not just the, oh my God, I've got this amazing idea, what next? Or this has happened and I'm not too sure how to deal with it, but also to be looked after collectively, spiritually, emotionally, like all that stuff has just been like phenomenal. But I didn't know I needed it until I experienced it, if that makes sense. I was thinking I would join a strategy mastermind, or that just focused on one area of my business, or for example. But actually what I didn't realize is until I looked after the whole of me, that, as I said, that's when the magic happened. And the community, and like, I've made friends for life. I love all those ladies dearly. Like, it's just a wonderful unicorn space to be in. It's just,
we giggle so much, don't we? Because Sandra Howarth has now named it Unicorn School. Like, she's just Unicorn School. That's what we call it inside, on the inside. And it's so true. And it's like you love strategy. I keep it quiet, but I do love to have a strategy for something. But I think I just get that the strategy is like probably less than 5%. Because if you have a strategy of like, I want to make 150K this year, and I want to launch this one product, and 50 people are going to jump in, and everyone's going to pay me $2,000 or whatever it is, like, to get the numbers add up. If you don't, like you've just said, believe that you're worthy of that. And we all have this self-worth wound. We all are carrying self-worth wound to some extent or another. We just don't know. We're not going around saying, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy. Like that's not a thing. That's not what we're doing. It's in the micro things that we do where we put everybody else first, where we have shit boundaries, where when we get money we feel uncomfortable, or we're worried that actually if we get really successful we'll then lose it all, or we're worried that if we get loads of money it'll make we're horrible people and everyone will hate when our friends won't like it anymore. Like it shows up in lots of different ways, doesn't it? Like we know people aren't flouncing about the house saying I'll not have a good lunch because I don't feel worthy. Like that's just not how it manifests for us.
No, definitely not. And I had all the strategy. I had pages and pages of strategy and documents and spreadsheets. And I really used to hide behind my opinion, not hide behind my opinions, that's the wrong word, but people always used to say to me, oh my gosh, Victoria, such a moniker was what, and I used to take it as a detrimental thing. Like, oh my God, what do they mean by that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I just embrace it. Yes, I am. I'm here. I'm organized. I'm like, you know. I had all the strategy. I had all the strategy in the world. But when it came to actually, like you were saying, all those questions of, well, who am I to implement this strategy and become this different person? Who am I to show up and say, I am the expert in business operations and outsourcing, you know? Who am I to have or to want to have like a podcast or stand on stages and speak and all that stuff, you know? So you can have all the strategy in the world, but if you're not actually like embracing the spiritual, the mindset that sits behind that, it's like that creates action and flow, it's just gonna stay in a digital vault or in a spreadsheet or on your iPad or wherever it is, you know.
Yeah. And you're famous for several things in my head always. One is the term procrastinating. I had never heard it before I met Victoria, and I always remember after one of these challenges, I have a feeling it was all about anyway, and I remember you on Instagram saying like, this is it, I'm just done with the procrastinating, and I was like, that is the best word ever. So now you know where it came from. And also for like announcing to a room of like 60 or 70 people in Manchester last year, like I used to love spreadsheets and I still do, but now I also have a crystal in my bra. It's like we get to have fun with it, don't it, and embrace those unseen. Like there is more to you that is unseen than there is that is seen. Like we can't see a thought that you're thinking, we can't see a doubt that you have, but it doesn't mean that we're not experiencing it. It doesn't mean it's not real. We can't feel the love that you have. We can't see the love you have for your kids, but we can feel it and experience it and see it reflected in you. And your business is no different than that, is it? Like your business is just another relationship that you're having with yourself, manifested out in form as a business in the world. And if that relationship hasn't got boundaries, hasn't got ground rules, isn't filled with love, isn't filled with respect, then it's going to be a shit to some of the other relationships in our life. But we expect it to be different somehow, and we expect it to turn out all this money. But we're not clear. We don't really know what we believe. And if we do believe in something, it's usually that we're not good enough for it, that we're shit, or we're not clever enough or smart enough or whatever. And then we see that people having these things and we don't believe that we can have it too. And that's what Limitless is about, isn't it? Really, it's like it's not even a program, because it's not like you do this on week 1, you do this on week 2. You come in and you join us, and for whatever time we agree that you're going to be there, you are working from the inside out on what you want your life to look like. That's the best way I know how to describe it.
Yeah, definitely. It's the best thing I have ever done. I would not be without the group now, or without that support, because it's just so important to just your growth as a whole, not just your business. It's like growth as a person. It's just so important to have those safe spaces where, I mean, I've laughed on calls, I have cried on calls.
We've all done that.
And you know that there's just no judgment, there's no expectation, do you know what I mean? It's just that space where you can really share genuinely anything. I feel like I could share anything in that group and get the help and support that I need, regardless of what area of my life that is in.
And the reason that that's important is because if that's creating like an energetic block, like if all of your attention is focused on the fact that your relationship with your child is not how you want it to be, or with your partner, or your mum is sick and you're worried about, and it's like, where else do you go and speak and just have people hold space and help you work through it and help you get on with what it is that you want to get on with? That's the thing, isn't it? It's like, it's fast forwarding through what you try when you're not in a space like that, and you're trying and it's all in your head and you're trying to cope with it and put all the masks on and juggle all the and spin all the plates. It's just, it's not that you won't get it done. You probably will, but it'll be a lot harder, and you haven't got experts kind of guiding you through it. And by experts, it's not just us, is it? Like, you're one of the experts in there. We have marketing experts. You've got messaging experts, but that's kind of, again, that's more like the cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
The actual process that you move through is what creates the magic. So
yeah.
Well, it's exciting, isn't it? Because tomorrow we open the doors to Limitless, and this is the first time we've opened them this year. So we'll be opening them for a limited number of people, even though it's limitless. It's not a limitless space in terms of we do cap the numbers in there. So if you want to know more about Limitless and you think you want to apply, my invitation to you is to drop me a DM, whether you're here on LinkedIn, on Now's Your Time, wherever, or you're with me on Facebook. Just drop me a DM, say, Donna, interested in Limitless, and we can chat and we can guide you whether that's the right program for you. And if it's not, we can share a space that might be more appropriate to where you're at right now. So I can answer all the questions in there rather than going through everything on here. But the invitation is come and speak to us, apply, and then see where we go. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. You won't regret it.
Nobody ever does. Nobody's ever like, why did I join this space?
No.
Victoria, thank you so much. I love you. And we will be moving Sarah's to another day. So don't worry, you're still going to hear from Sarah as well. But I love you so much. And I will see you in Limitless later. Right. Bye, guys. Bye.